We're here with Paul Beal, local Conservative councillor for St Mark's ward. Paul, we're outside the gates of Victoria Park. There's an issue here. What is that issue, and what are sort of problems that...
The issue has been, in the last 12 months, there's been several incidents of antisocial behaviour and property belonging to residents along Victoria Avenue being damaged by people leaving the park during the hours of darkness. We're campaigning to get the gates closed from around about evening when it gets dark to early morning and opened up around about 7 AM. We petitioned the council with 230 signatures last year to get the gates closed. The council's responded that they have to do a survey of local residents, and that will be more appropriate to do that in the summer, which will mean that the hours, lighter hours, so it's not so much of an issue. They also have been in touch with their partner, Quadron, and Quadron's provided a quote that it would cost £60,000 per year for the closure of the gates to Victoria Park. That's supposed to cover the cost of 2 people to do that job, a vehicle, petrol, insurance and clothing. Part of our campaign as candidates in St Mark's ward is that we're campaigning on making sure that residents' council tax is used effectively and efficiently. So obviously £60,000 for closure of park gates is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, £60,000 to lock a door or so every day doesn't sound like a great deal amount. It certainly doesn't sound like 60,000. But you mentioned you've been campaigning for this. How have you been doing that campaign? What sort of...
Basically canvassing local residents. We ran a petition last year and delivered that to the council. As I say, 230 signatures delivered to the council. We attended the Surbiton neighbourhood committee meeting on that with some of the local residents to actually present that case. And that's ongoing. We're waiting for the council to actually complete their survey, and that's due to happen later in the year.
You mentioned that there were suspicions or there were actual cases of antisocial behaviour in the park behind you. What sort of antisocial behaviour are we talking about?
It's gone as far as actual physical assaults that have been reported in the local press. Last year, as far as I'm aware, there were somewhere in the region of 8 incidents of antisocial behaviour, one actually resulting in an actual assault of a person using the park.
And there's obviously a park behind you. There's lots of young children we can see behind you as well, playing football and enjoying the park. Not safe for children, not safe for young families, not safe for the residents.
My argument would be is that why would you want the park open during the hours of darkness? Who really wants to use the park? Certainly you wouldn't. It's not there for young children and families of an evening after dark. It's people using it as a shortcut, basically cutting through to Elmbridge, and hence you can see the desire line across there. My argument is why should local residents within St Mark's be paying for that when it's basically benefiting Elmbridge users? They're putting themselves at risk when there's a perfectly good shortcut down Balaclava Road. So it's more to do with the fact that people are using it after dark and basically why they're using it. Basically, it's about protecting people, asking why people are using the park. Is it for the right purpose? If it's just to take a shortcut to shave 2 or 3 minutes off their journey, then you've got to ask, is it worth putting yourself at risk to go through the park late at night after dark?
Fantastic. And we all hope you're elected with Deborah and Jeffrey, your running colleagues in St Mark's. If elected, and hopefully with a Conservative majority on the council, what would you do to make sure this park is protected for the residents and for the young children who use it?
I would like to, first of all, it comes under the council's existing green spaces strategy, and I would like to actually look at that and look at how we can make changes to that, and also working with the council's partner, Quadron, in terms of how we could get better service that actually satisfies the needs of the residents and the people that are actually paying the council tax that supports and maintains the park. Certainly I'm very much in favour of closing the gates during the hours of darkness, but I'd certainly want to look at the £60,000 that Quadron would expect to be paid for that, and looking at where we could drive efficiencies in that and get that cost down.